All right. It looks like we have a good connection, and I believe our live stream is about to begin. Hi, everyone. If you can hear us and you're watching us live, go ahead and give us some love in that chat box. Tell us hello here. I see we've got Nelson and Francis joining us today. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are so excited to have you joining this episode of Faces of First Year, which is brought to you by Pima Community College's First Year Experience Program. And for those who I have not yet met, my name is Renee Forsyth. I use she, her, and hers pronouns, and I am so proud to be able to lead this program for Pima's new students. But as you may find today, the information we have to share with you is going to be applicable to new, current, and prospective students at Pima Community College. The entire goal of this series is to connect you with the faces behind key resources that are available to support our students here at Pima. So today we are featuring learning communities, and I have some awesome folks joining us to tell you more about what learning communities are, how you can connect with them, and why they should matter to you. So let's go ahead and start with some introductions. Let's see here. Dana, will you please tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Dana Drake Rosenstein. I am the faculty fellow for learning communities, which means that underneath the administration of Pima, the kind of higher ups, it's my job to make sure that learning communities are put together and that they run, and then they are available to you.
Awesome, welcome. And Emily, tell us who you are.
Sure. Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm one of the instructors this semester for a learning community. So I teach LAS 150, which is a class called Social Media and Ourself, and it's all about how we use social media and what effect it has on society. And that's paired in a learning community with a Writing 101S class taught by my colleague, Andrea Graham. So I'm here at downtown campus teaching a learning community right now.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. So, Dana, for those who may not know what learning communities are, tell us a general description.
Sure. So a learning community is a really unique kind of program, especially for your first year. So the way it works is that you are enrolling in a class, in two classes rather, that are the same group of students in each, which means that you're going literally from class to class on the same day with the same group of students. But the other part of learning communities that's really exciting and important is that, as Emily just said, the instructors are linked together also. So the two different classes you're taking, the instructors are working together. So that means that you're able to kind of link your material together. You're going to learn from two different disciplines, and they'll be able to show you how these disciplines are related at school, but also in the broader world. And so the kind of level of support you have, not only from your instructors, but also from the peers, the other students in that group with you, is really, really high. So it's a really nice way to kind of enter into your college career.
So if I'm understanding correctly, not only are your instructors linked and working together, but it'll also be the same classmates in each of those two sections?
Absolutely, literally the same classmates. You will literally walk from one room, go past the coffee machine, get your coffee, and go to the other classroom. That's exactly how it works.
That sounds like a really cool opportunity to learn in a supportive environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, Emily, tell me, I usually like to throw out an analogy question so that things click and make a little bit more sense for our viewers and myself. So let's see here. If you were to describe learning communities as if they were, let's do social media, what media would they be and why?
Yes. Well, so I'll go generational. So you could think of them like a Facebook group. So if you have been in a Facebook group before, you're in there with people who have similar interests and you might share different things. You get to know each other really well. You have discussions. Or if you're maybe using Discord or something like that, it would be the same idea, right? So you're getting to know these people in a small group, you have similar interests, and you really learn a lot about each other through the semester because we talk about so many different things. We hear from people's personal experience, from their backgrounds. And so it's just a really great way to build connections, just like you can on social media.
Very cool. I like that. That's a good way to describe it. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to keep the trend going with Emily. Tell me, what are first year students maybe missing out on if they don't participate in a learning community?
One of the big things that I hear from my students is that it's really hard to meet people in college, especially if you're taking at Pima, you might be at multiple campuses, you might be doing Pima and the U of A, you might have come from out of state or from a school where a lot of people didn't end up going to college. And so a learning community is a great way to make friends and gain social connections. And a lot of the people that you take these classes with might be people in your classes in future semesters as well, or even if they're not, then you have someone who knows you who might want to, hang out and study for classes and do other social events together too. So I think it's a really good way to make friends. And of course, it's not the only way to make friends, but it's a nice way for social connections. And then you're also missing out on your classes really linking together and the concepts that you're learning in one class coming up in another class. So sometimes we hear, people will be like, oh, I kind of remember talking about that maybe in my psychology class, but we never talked about it again. So I don't know if I've learned about that or not. Mm-hmm. And the nice thing with a learning community, with my class and Andrea's class, is that she might talk about rhetorical analysis and writing, and then we'll do a rhetorical analysis of some Instagram posts in my class. So you're learning something in one class and then applying it in the other class, which helps you to learn something really, really well.
What are some examples of pairings, just so students can get an idea of the subjects that may be paired together in a learning community?
Yeah, so this semester in fall 2023, we have two learning communities that are we have two classes that are linked, that Emily is teaching one, as we said, so it's social media, and the writing class is where you learn the skills around writing. So you learn the skills and then you apply them in Emily's class. In fall 2024, which is the next set of learning communities, we will run the same one and also one that's linked through art and anthropology. So anthropology is a study of human culture. And what you'll be doing in that learning community is learning about culture and cultural traits and cultural objects, and then making them in the art classroom. So you'll be learning about the kind of symbolism and what these artifacts, what these objects mean for people around the world, and then you'll have an opportunity to create your own.
I see what you're talking about when you were saying earlier, the application, what you learn in one, you can apply in the other and vice versa, and it creates this 360 experience. That's Absolutely. Really cool.
Yeah.
Dana, what do you wish students knew about learning communities?
I wish they were easier to find. And that's kind of the reality of you've all seen the course schedule and it's crazy. And so that's what I really wish. Renee's going to link a video for you in the YouTube description, and that is based for the fall 2023, but I show you in that video how to navigate the course schedule and where you'll find them. But again, they're this semester. So until the course schedule comes out next semester for fall, then we don't have a matching one for them, but you'll see how it works. So really you have to kind of dig into the course schedule. If that could be changed, that would be great. That's what I would change.
And for our live viewers right now, I did go ahead and add the link to that video down in chat. And if you're watching this in replay later, you're going to find that video link in the summary description up above. Cool. And so let's see here. Dana, where are learning communities offered? Where are they located?
Yeah, so right now, the one that Emily's teaching, she mentioned she's at downtown. So she and Andrea are downtown. The art and anthropology learning community in fall 24 will be at West. And we also are thinking about a math and economics learning community at Northwest, so that they can look at kind of making economic decisions based on the hard math behind it, or vice versa, learning the hard math and using it to interpret economic realities. So we're looking to do that. Eventually, we'd like to have at least one on every campus. So that's the goal. We're just starting this semester, so that we've got a long-term plan here.
Also, for our live viewers, some of them were commenting, we have at least 2 who have participated in learning communities. So that's great to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah, some folks where they've been there, done that, and had the great experience. Also, for anyone watching us live, let us know if there's any questions, and we'll make sure to get those fielded here. But all right, so I shared those websites for you all to watch later as needed. And then there's also a Pima webpage Dana, if you didn't already mention it, what kind of information can they find on that Pima website page?
So the Pima webpage, again, it's for fall 2023. So we'll update it when the next semester's course schedule comes out. But it has a description of the 2 learning communities that we're running this semester, as well as links to the same video that you have access to there to try to make sure that everyone can find them. And also the kind of nitty-gritty details about the kind of administrative part of what learning communities are.
Cool. So in school, I was always the student who was asking why. Why should I care about this? Why does this matter to me? So Emily, what's the why? Why are learning communities important for students or someone they know and care about to be aware of and participate in?
I think there are a lot of reasons, but the main thing that it all boils down to is that it makes you excited to be in school. It makes you want to stick around, it makes you want to go to class because you know all of your classmates really well because you have the same 2 classes together that are one right after another. And the concepts that you're learning in one class are going to come up in the other class. And you also just have a really good chance to build these connections, both with your 2 teachers and with all of the people in your class. So I think that's why they're super important. And it's a good way if you're just kind of not sure maybe about being in college or not sure what are the things that you can kind of do to connect with people. We really work on that. And we also like to work with what events are going on at downtown campus at Student Life. Student Life is right down it's not a hallway, right outside of my classroom. So I'll say like, oh, hey, there's free pizza today. Or like, hey, we have art for Hispanic Heritage Month today. So we're always trying to connect them with other campus resources too. And that's why I think it's important.
The learning community is connected to the community at Pima Community College,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And for me, from the administrative point of view, we really want, just as Emily said, for our students to be excited about school and especially excited about being at Pima and stay with us. So one of the things about being in a learning community is you learn how amazing it is to have like a really good education, and Pima can give you that. So we want to remind you that, you have all these opportunities to learn in really special ways and then go forward and keep taking classes and keep succeeding. And you learn some of those skills in the learning communities as well.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you both for being here today. It looks like we have exhausted any questions that came through the live chat. Now, if you are watching this in replay and if you have a question, you can still drop it down below in the comments and we will make sure to get those fielded to the right people to answer and address those questions. But otherwise, I want to thank you both for joining us today to tell us a little bit more about learning communities here at Pima Community College. If you liked today's broadcast and you want to get connected with more, make sure that you hit that like button and click the bell for notifications about when we will be offering these again. We have one more coming up next month in November, where we are going to be talking about early alerts and Pima Connect and how those support our first-year students. Dates and details are available to you in our Pima Engage platform, which you can find at pima.edu/engage. Or if you subscribe to this channel, YouTube will let you know when that next live stream is happening. All right, well, till we see you all again, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the best in this current semester. And until next time, keep strutting.